My lovely friend, let me ask you something. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, holding a handbag you've cherished for years, and felt an unexpected disconnect? It's not broken. It's not stained. It's been with you through lunches with girlfriends, family holidays, and countless errands. Yet somehow, it feels off. That little shift you sense isn't about the bag. It's about you. Because as we grow, especially after 50, 60, and beyond, our style evolves. We gain not just years, but wisdom, grace, and a stronger sense of self. And sometimes, the accessories that once felt perfect no longer reflect the woman we've become. Research has shown that as women age, their confidence in personal style actually increases. A study by the Journal of Women and Aging found that many women over 55 describe their fashion choices as more intentional and less about fitting in. That's the beauty of this stage of life. You don't need your handbag to scream your personality anymore because you are the statement. So in today's conversation, we're not just talking about handbags as storage for your essentials. We're exploring them as subtle but powerful extensions of your identity. Some bag choices quietly subtract from your elegance, while others enhance your natural presence. This isn't about chasing trends or clinging to the past. It's about finding timeless, practical beauty that moves with you gracefully. With that in mind, let's begin with one handbag type many of us once adored, but that often no longer serves our best selves: the quirky novelty bag. Do you remember those playful bags shaped like lips, hearts, or maybe even animals? They popped up in boutiques, flashed across Instagram, and seemed irresistible at one time. They felt fun, youthful, and expressive, like carrying around a little piece of art. And in your 30-second or 40-second, maybe they were perfect for a night out or a bold fashion experiment. But here's the truth. After 60, novelty bags can send the wrong message. Instead of amplifying your elegance, they can feel like a costume out of sync with the poise you've worked a lifetime to embody. Stylists often point out that accessories should support you, not compete with you. When your handbag steals all the attention with cartoonish shapes or neon glitter, it doesn't highlight your beauty. It distracts from it. There's also the problem of longevity. Novelty bags are notorious for being tied to fleeting trends. They're in one season and feel outdated the next. And for women like us who appreciate quality, timelessness, and intentional style, an accessory that expires faster than milk isn't worth the investment. So what's the alternative? Enter the structured, medium-sized crossbody bag. This piece is a quiet revolution. It doesn't shout, it whispers sophistication. And when worn just right crossing the body, sitting slightly below the hip, it does something magical. It elongates your figure, improves posture, and frames your silhouette in a balanced way. The beauty of the crossbody lies in its blend of practicality and refinement. Your hands stay free, your shoulders feel light, and yet your look feels polished. Choose smooth leather, soft suede, or matte canvas in shades like deep burgundy, olive green, caramel, or slate gray. These tones are versatile. They blend effortlessly with most wardrobes while exuding maturity and grace. And let's not forget, details matter. Look for clean stitching, a firm strap, and minimal hardware. A simple flap closure or elegant clasp is more than enough. You don't need rhinestones or dangling charms. The craftsmanship should speak for itself. Now, here's a cultural insight I love. French women over 60 often treat the leather crossbody as their signature. Think of style icons like Inès de la Fressange. Her go-to accessory is never wild or trendy. It's an understated, well-crafted crossbody. Why? Because it allows her to shine. Her presence, her energy, her conversation, not her bag, does the talking. That's the kind of subtle elegance we can all embrace. And there's a psychological bonus here. Experts in image consulting often talk about the concept of quiet confidence. When you carry a refined medium crossbody, it signals that you don't need to prove yourself with gimmicks. you've moved beyond that. The bag serves your life. It doesn't demand attention. I remember a client of mine, a 2-year-old art teacher, who came to me frustrated. She said, "I feel like I've outgrown my wardrobe, but I can't put my finger on why." When I looked at her outfits, they were lovely. Linen trousers, silk scarves, chic ballet flats. But hanging off her shoulder was a neon yellow handbag shaped like a star. That was the culprit. We swapped it for a rich caramel leather crossbody, and instantly, her whole look transformed. She looked taller, more grounded, and somehow even more radiant. Her own words were, "I finally feel like my outside matches who I've become inside." That's the power of the right handbag. It's not just storage, it's alignment. So, if you find yourself clinging to novelty shapes that once made you feel playful, I invite you to consider a structured crossbody instead. Because you, my dear, don't need your bag to shout. You are the statement now. And speaking of bags that clash with who we've become, let's move into the next subtle mistake many of us make: choosing the wrong materials, especially in summer. Because nothing can ruin your breezy seasonal look faster than a handbag that feels heavy and synthetic. That's what we'll explore next. Summer. The season of linen dresses, wide-brimmed hats, and sandals that make us feel light on our feet. The air is warmer, the colors brighter, and everything about our style tends to soften. But there's one quiet culprit that can completely undo that breezy elegance: the wrong handbag material. I'm talking about those glossy, synthetic handbags that look sleek under store lighting but feel suffocating in real life. You know the kind: shiny finishes, stiff plastic-like textures, maybe even a patent polish that clings to your arm the moment the sun heats it. They might catch the eye in a boutique window, but once you step outside into 80-degree weather, they trap heat, stick to your skin, and weigh down your entire outfit. It's not just a matter of comfort, it's about harmony. Summer style is meant to breathe. Flowing dresses, airy blouses, cropped trousers, and natural fibers, they all work together to create ease. A synthetic bag disrupts that rhythm. It feels forced, artificial, even heavy in spirit. And at this stage of life, my dear, style should never feel like a battle. So what's the alternative? The answer has been with us for centuries. Bags made of natural materials like straw, raffia, or woven cane. Now, before you picture oversized beach totes or touristy market baskets, pause with me. Today's straw bags are anything but casual. Designers around the world have reimagined them into structured, sophisticated pieces that carry just as much polish as a leather handbag. Take inspiration from Jane Birkin, who in the 1962nd made a simple wicker basket her everyday bag in Paris. That effortless charm became so iconic it still influences summer fashion today. And in Italy, raffia handbags have long been a symbol of La Dolce Vita summers along the Amalfi Coast. Light, breathable, yet refined enough for dinner al fresco. What makes these natural material bags so powerful for women over 50 is how they feel. A well-crafted straw or raffia bag doesn't just look light, it truly is light. When you slip it over your arm, it doesn't fight against the flow of your linen dress or your soft cotton blouse. Instead, it moves with your outfit like a gentle breeze. Statistics back this up too. In a 2022 Statista survey, 44% of women over 55 said they prefer accessories made from natural fibers in summer, specifically because of breathability and comfort. It's not just aesthetics, it's lived experience. The key is to choose structure. Look for straw bags with leather trims, subtle metal buckles, or carefully woven patterns. These details elevate them from beach tote to sophisticated staple. Colors can play a role too. Natural shades like beige, ivory, or warm honey brown are timeless, but a pop of sage green, coral, or navy can add playful elegance without going overboard. Imagine this: You're wearing a flowing white linen midi dress on a sunny Saturday. On your feet, tan sandals. In your hand, a woven raffia bag with a caramel leather handle and a subtle clasp. That single accessory completes the outfit. It doesn't overpower, it doesn't compete, it harmonizes. Suddenly, you don't just look dressed, you look curated. And here's a practical tip. The best straw bags today aren't flimsy. Many come with fabric linings, reinforced bases, and compartments to keep your essentials organized. Some even combine raffia with canvas or leather panels, making them versatile enough for city errands, brunch with friends, or even an evening garden party. One of my favorite examples comes from a woman I worked with, a 64-year-old retired nurse. She confessed she hated summer handbags because they never felt polished enough. When we introduced her to a structured straw bag with a navy trim, everything shifted. She wore it with jeans and a white blouse, and later with a floral sundress, and she kept saying, "I feel like my summer outfits finally make sense." That's the magic of the right fabric. It's also worth noting that natural material handbags align with something bigger than fashion: sustainability. As we grow older, many of us feel more connected to choices that reflect care not just for ourselves, but for the world. Straw and raffia bags are biodegradable, often handmade by artisans, and part of the slow fashion movement that values quality over mass production. Carrying one isn't just a style choice, it's a values choice. And at this stage in life, those values shine through in how we present ourselves. Your bag doesn't just hold your things, it tells your story. A synthetic, shiny plastic handbag might say, trendy, disposable. A refined straw bag says, elegant, grounded, timeless. So, as summer approaches, I encourage you to consider this switch. Let your handbag breathe with you, just as your style should. Choose materials that reflect not only your wardrobe, but also your stage of life. Light, free, authentic. Because here's the truth. After 60, summer isn't about bearing more skin or adding more sparkle. It's about carrying ease. It's about showing the world that your beauty is self-assured, graceful, and deeply comfortable in its own presence. And if you think the material of a handbag can change your look, just wait until we talk about the print, because the wrong print can quietly turn a polished outfit into something whimsical or even childish. That's the next mistake we'll gently explore together. Let's have an honest moment about prints, my dear. They can be delightful, playful, and full of personality, but they can also quietly work against us. You've probably seen them, handbags splashed with kittens, hearts, emojis, or cartoon characters. They're whimsical, yes, and they might even spark a smile in the store. But when you step back and look at the full picture, they rarely do justice to the elegant woman carrying them. Here's the thing. After 50, 60, and beyond, your handbag becomes more than an accessory, it's a message. And if that message is covered in cartoon doodles, it might not be saying what you intend. A bag like that can make a beautifully put-together outfit look less polished, even a little juvenile. Now don't get me wrong, a sense of humor is one of the most stylish things a woman can wear. Whimsy has its place, but style is about balance, and there's a fine line between fun and frivolous. And this is where upgrading your prints becomes the key. Instead of cartoonish patterns, one of the most powerful, timeless alternatives for women over 60 is animal print. Done right, animal prints aren't wild, they're wise. Think of them as a whisper of boldness, not a roar. Leopard, zebra, and snakeskin have been used in fashion for decades, and they've never truly gone out of style. Why? Because they're not tied to a single trend cycle. They're rooted in nature, which makes them timeless. But beyond fashion cycles, there's something fascinating about what animal prints say on a deeper level. A study published in the Journal of Fashion Marketing and Management found that animal prints are often subconsciously linked to confidence and authority. They project a kind of self-assuredness, like saying, "I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to be seen." Isn't that exactly the energy we want our accessories to bring at this stage of life? Let's get practical. Imagine carrying a structured leopard print bag in warm tones of caramel, black, and cream. You pair it with a simple black sheath dress and a pearl bracelet. Instantly, that bag doesn't just accessorize you stand taller. The print acts as the conversation starter, while the rest of your outfit remains elegantly quiet. That's the balance we're aiming for. Or picture a sleek, snakeskin textured bag in muted taupe or gray. Paired with tailored trousers and a soft silk blouse, it adds instant sophistication without ever feeling loud. That texture tells the world, this woman values detail. She values quality. Here's another important note. Not all animal prints are created equal. The difference between chic and cheap often comes down to materials and design. Skip the shiny plastics or oversaturated patterns. Instead, choose prints in refined, matte finishes with clean, structured lines. Let the print enhance the bag, it shouldn't overwhelm it. One clever approach is restraint. If you're hesitant about carrying a full animal print handbag, look for subtle touches. A snakeskin flap on a neutral tote, a leopard print strap on a crossbody, or a zebra pattern used only on the trim. These accents allow you to embrace the confidence of the print without letting it dominate. I'll share a story here. A woman I worked with, age 67, was hesitant about animal prints. She told me, "I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard." So instead of handing her a full leopard bag, we started small with a black leather satchel that had just a hint of snakeskin texture on the handles. The transformation was incredible. She said, "I feel like I'm sending a message without saying a word." That's the beauty of the right print. Styling matters too. The secret to pulling off animal print elegantly is pairing it with solid, neutral colors: cream, black, camel, olive, or slate. This creates a clean backdrop that allows the bag to shine without overwhelming your look. Imagine a zebra print clutch with an all-ivory outfit, or a snakeskin crossbody with a camel coat. These combinations let your bag act as a focal point, but in a controlled, graceful way. And here's the truth. Elegance after 60 isn't about playing it safe. It's about knowing how to express yourself with confidence. Animal prints, when chosen with thoughtfulness, are less about wildness and more about wisdom. They show the world that you've refined your taste, not lost your sense of fun. Because style at this stage isn't about erasing your personality. It's about channeling it with intention. Instead of cartoon characters, let your bag say, "I am vibrant, I am confident, I am timeless." So, next time you're tempted by a whimsical print, pause and ask yourself, does this reflect the woman I've become? If the answer is no, reach for that sleek leopard, that subtle snakeskin, or that refined zebra detail. Because prints don't have to be playful to be powerful. And while the wrong print can quietly age your look, the wrong size can overwhelm it completely. Have you ever felt weighed down by a bag so large it could double as a carry-on? That's the next handbag mistake we need to unpack together. Now, let's talk about a handbag mistake that sneaks up on many of us without even realizing it. The oversized tote. We've all been there. You're heading out for what you think will be a quick errand, but somehow you end up packing enough to survive an entire weekend trip. Glasses, receipts, snacks, an umbrella, a notebook, your tablet, maybe even a book or two, just in case. Before you know it, you're carrying a bag so massive it could pass for carry-on luggage. And while practicality has its place, especially for busy women like us, there's an irony here. Oversized totes often don't keep us organized. Instead, they become clutter magnets. We dig and rummage, pulling out crumpled tissues and faded receipts, only to realize our keys have slipped into the darkest corner. More importantly, they quietly work against us. Here's why. After 60, proportion is everything. A bag that's too large can overwhelm your frame, distort your silhouette, and even pull down your posture. And it's not just about appearance. A 2019 ergonomic study revealed that carrying an overly heavy bag regularly can increase shoulder strain by up to 30%. No wonder many women complain about neck and back discomfort without realizing their handbag is part of the problem. In fact, an AARP survey showed that 68% of women over 55 said that switching to lighter, structured bags improved not only their style, but also their daily comfort. That's powerful because style should serve your body, not sabotage it. So what's the alternative when you need space without the bulk? Let me introduce you to one of my favorite designs, the bucket bag. The bucket bag is like the elegant cousin of the oversized tote. It gives you room, but it respects your frame. Shaped like a soft cylinder with a slightly tapered top, it provides ample space for your essentials: phone, wallet, sunglasses, makeup pouch, planner without swallowing you whole. Unlike floppy totes, a bucket bag has a structured base. That means it holds its shape beautifully, no matter how much you carry. It's a design that blends structure with softness. Many styles feature drawstring or magnetic closures, keeping your items secure while adding a touch of charm. Adjustable straps make it versatile. You can wear it crossbody for errands, or carry it by the handle for a polished dinner look. Picture this: you're wearing tailored trousers and a crisp white shirt for a lunch date. A camel-colored bucket bag rests neatly at your side. It's spacious, yes, but it doesn't overwhelm. Instead, it frames your outfit, adding quiet confidence. Or imagine a casual weekend in jeans and sneakers. The same bucket bag works effortlessly. That's the beauty of its design: adaptable, elegant, and endlessly useful. Now, let's talk materials. For everyday sophistication, soft pebbled leather or suede is a perfect choice. These materials feel luxurious while remaining practical. For warmer months, a textured canvas bucket bag can be relaxed but still refined. Hardware should be subtle, small metallic details, tonal stitching, and simple clasps. The bag itself should whisper, not shout. As for color, neutrals like taupe, slate gray, or camel are timeless and go with nearly everything. But don't shy away from richer tones like forest green, burgundy, or even deep plum. These hues add personality without overpowering. I once worked with a woman named Elena, 61 years old, who had a closet full of oversized totes. She admitted she kept buying them because she needed the space, but she always felt something was off in her outfits. When we replaced her go-to tote with a structured navy bucket bag, her transformation was immediate. Her posture improved, her outfits looked sharper, and she smiled, saying, "I finally feel free." That one change lifted not just her look, but her energy. And that's the point. At this stage of life, carrying more isn't the goal. Carrying better is. The bucket bag teaches us that elegance isn't about excess, it's about balance. It honors your proportions, protects your body, and quietly elevates your style. Because here's the truth. You don't need to lug around your entire life on your shoulder. You've already done the heavy lifting in your career, in your family, in your personal journey. Now, your bag should lighten your load, not add to it. So, the next time you feel tempted to throw everything into a giant tote, pause. Ask yourself, is this bag serving me or am I serving it? If the answer feels heavy, it may be time to downsize with style. And speaking of weight, let's talk about another type of handbag mistake that can quietly drag down your look. This time, it's not about size, it's about age. The worn-out favorites we hold on to long past their prime. That's the next chapter in our conversation. Let's pause for a heartfelt truth, my dear. Some handbags are more than accessories. They are companions. That worn strap may remind you of a trip to Paris. The faded lining may have carried tissues at your grandchild's recital or receipts from coffee dates with dear friends. Some bags even hold the memory of tears comforting you quietly in the corner of a cafe. And because of that emotional weight, many of us hold on to handbags far longer than we should. They feel familiar, safe, and wrapped in nostalgia. But here's the reality. No matter how sentimental they are, a worn-out handbag can quietly age your entire look. Think about it. Frayed seams, peeling handles, broken zippers, stains in the lining, these details send a message, whether we realize it or not. And unfortunately, that message often sounds like, "I've stopped paying attention." You may have put thought into your elegant outfit, your jewelry, even your hairstyle, but if your bag is tired, the whole look droops with it. Now, I want to be clear. Letting go of an old handbag doesn't mean letting go of the memories attached to it. You don't have to discard your history. You just have to honor it in a new way. Some women choose to keep one beloved bag in a special box, almost like an archive of their life story. Others repurpose it as decor in their dressing area, displayed like the relic it deserves to be. But for your everyday presence, it's time to upgrade. And the most powerful upgrade you can make? A structured tote bag. Unlike the floppy, casual carry-alls many of us relied on in our younger years, a structured tote says, "I am intentional. I am organized. I know who I am." It balances practicality with polish, allowing you to carry everything you need without ever looking sloppy. Picture this: clean lines, reinforced handles, and a secure closure, perhaps a top zipper or a hidden magnetic snap. Choose materials that last: genuine leather, premium vegan leather, or heavy canvas with refined stitching. These bags don't just hold your essentials, they hold your image together. They say you take pride in how you show up in the world. And the truth is, the structured tote is an unsung hero. It fits seamlessly into your life. From errands to lunch with friends to a museum visit, it moves with you. It holds your phone, glasses, notebook, and lipstick, each with its own place, so you're not fumbling endlessly at checkout. A good tote works with you, not against you. Color is another consideration. Black, caramel, beige, and wine are timeless and versatile. But you don't need to stay in the safe lane if you don't want to. Subtle pops like olive green, slate blue, or rich mustard add depth without feeling loud. These colors carry maturity while still expressing personality. I've seen women use the purchase of a structured tote as a personal ritual of reinvention. One client of mine, celebrating her 60th birthday, decided to gift herself a classic leather tote in deep burgundy. She said, "This isn't just a bag. It's my declaration that I'm stepping into a new chapter of life with style." Isn't that powerful? Another woman I met during a workshop told me she bought her first structured tote after retiring. She described it as her reward and restart, a piece that symbolized freedom from the corporate world, but also her commitment to still show up with pride and elegance every day. Caring for your tote is also part of the story. Leather care specialists recommend conditioning a quality tote every 6 to 12 months. Think of it as self-care for your accessories. When you take care of your bag, it takes care of your style for years to come. And here's the bonus. A well-maintained tote doesn't just grow old with you, it grows better. It develops a patina, a richness that feels lived in but never tired. So, the next time you look at your beloved but battered handbag, I want you to reframe the decision. You're not discarding memories. You're honoring them by giving yourself the freedom to step into something that matches who you are now. A structured tote is not about erasing the past, it's about reflecting your present. Because, my lovely friend, style after 60 isn't about clinging, it's about curating. And curating means knowing when to lovingly let go. Now, we've talked about bags that are too worn out, but what about bags that are simply too small to serve you? Those adorable little micro bags that barely hold a lipstick? They may look charming, but in practice, they rarely work for women who value ease and elegance. That's the handbag mistake we'll explore next. Let's be honest, tiny handbags are adorable. The kind you see in glossy magazines, perched on the arms of runway models or celebrities at red carpet events. They sparkle with charm and look like little works of art. But here's the question we have to ask ourselves. do they serve real women in real life? The answer, more often than not, is no. Micro bags are designed for appearance, not for living. They barely fit a lipstick, let alone a phone, a pair of glasses, or the small essentials we all need to carry. And while they may photograph beautifully, they can be incredibly impractical. You've probably experienced it yourself, being forced to choose between bringing your reading glasses or your wallet because both won't fit. That's not elegance, that's struggle. And here's the truth. After 60, style should never be a struggle. You deserve ease. You deserve beauty that supports your life, not accessories that force you to edit down to the bare minimum. The problem with micro bags isn't just practicality. They can also make an outfit look incomplete, even a little childish. A tiny purse dangling awkwardly from your hand has a way of disrupting the balance of a look. Instead of anchoring your outfit, it floats around like a prop. And let's be real, we've outgrown fashion props. So what's the perfect alternative? Enter the baguette bag. Slim, sleek, and just the right size. The baguette bag strikes that rare balance between beauty and functionality. It's not bulky like an oversized tote, but it's not bare like a micro bag. It's the just right middle ground, perfect for women who value both polish and practicality. The baguette bag is designed to fit snugly under the arm, with its slim silhouette creating a streamlined look. This subtle design detail actually improves posture by encouraging you to hold your shoulders back slightly. And aesthetically, it lends a tailored touch that works for both casual and more formal outfits. And let's not forget its history. The baguette bag became iconic in the late 1992 thanks to Sex and the City. Carrie Bradshaw made it famous, swinging it on her arm through the streets of Manhattan. But while Carrie's baguette bags were often flashy and trendy, mature women today reinterpret this style in a far more refined, timeless way. Instead of sequins and bright colors, think buttery leather, elegant neutrals, and clean lines. In fact, fashion data reflects this shift. According to Vogue Business, sales of practical, mid-sized handbags grew by 12% among women over 50 in 2023, while sales of micro bags actually declined. Women are voting with their wallets, and they're choosing function wrapped in elegance. So, what does a great baguette bag look like? First, it should have enough room for the essentials: your wallet, phone, glasses, keys, and maybe even a small notebook if you like to stay organized. Second, pay attention to quality. Look for reinforced stitching, clean seams, soft leather or premium faux leather, and subtle, refined hardware. These details are what elevate a bag from ordinary to sophisticated. Color is another opportunity to express yourself. Neutrals like camel, navy, ivory, or black are versatile for everyday wear. But don't shy away from richer tones if they resonate with your personality. A deep wine, moss green, or even a touch of leopard print trim can add flair without feeling loud. Imagine this. You're wearing a cream blouse with dark jeans, slip-on loafers, and a gold watch. Over your shoulder rests a slate blue baguette bag. It doesn't overwhelm your look, nor does it underwhelm it. It completes it. That's what the baguette does. It pulls everything together into harmony. I'll share a story here. One of my clients, a 9-year-old architect, had been loyal to her oversized shoulder bag for decades, but she confessed she always felt weighed down by it. When I introduced her to a structured black baguette, her face lit up. "I feel lighter," she said, "and somehow sharper too." That's the beauty of this design. It's simple, but it elevates. The baguette bag is also a wonderful companion for transition. It can move seamlessly, from a morning coffee run to an afternoon art gallery visit to an evening dinner with friends. It's never out of place because it carries an understated sophistication that adapts to the setting. And here's the bigger picture. Choosing a baguette bag isn't just about rejecting impracticality. It's about affirming that your style has matured. You don't need accessories that work against you. You need pieces that walk beside you, supporting your grace and ease. Because after 60, the message we want to send with our style is not, "Look at me," but rather, "This is me." A well-made baguette bag says just that. I'm practical, I'm polished, and I've curated my life with intention. So the next time you see a tiny, glittering micro bag in a shop window, admire it if you like. But ask yourself, does this reflect the woman I've become? Chances are, the answer will be no. Instead, reach for that elegant baguette. Because at this stage, style isn't about playing small. It's about carrying yourself and your essentials with confidence and ease. And speaking of handbags that try too hard to stand out, let's move into our final category. We've all seen them bags dripping with rhinestones, oversized logos, chains, studs, glitter, and more. Over-embellished handbags can look dazzling in the moment, but they rarely align with the quiet strength and sophistication that defines true elegance. That's what we'll explore next. Let's finish strong by talking about handbags that are simply doing too much. You've seen them before. The bags dripping with rhinestones, covered in glitter, weighed down with oversized logos, layered chains, plastic flowers, or metallic studs. These handbags shout, "Look at me," the moment they enter the room. But here's the truth. Real elegance never has to beg for attention. After a certain point in life, accessories that try too hard can feel exhausting, not just to wear, but to look at. They risk sending the message that we're trying to compensate with flash, rather than showing up with confidence. And you, my dear, no longer need to prove yourself with rhinestones or sparkle. That doesn't mean we should give up beauty or artistry in our accessories. Quite the opposite. What we want is not flash, but depth. Not noise, but texture. Because texture draws the eye in softly, making people lean closer instead of pulling away. This is where the crochet or artisan-crafted handbag shines. Crochet is not just fabric, it's story. Every loop, every knot, every weave carries intention. Many crochet or woven bags are handmade, crafted by women artisans around the world, from Peru to India to Morocco. Choosing one of these isn't just about fashion, it's about connecting with a legacy of craftsmanship. And in a world dominated by mass-produced fast fashion, these bags stand out for their authenticity. Did you know that the United Nations estimates fast fashion contributes to nearly 10% of global carbon emissions? That's more than all international flights and shipping combined. By choosing an artisan-made piece, you're not just adding style to your wardrobe, you're making a conscious choice to support sustainability and tradition. But beyond values, let's talk about aesthetics. A crochet bag or artisan-woven handbag adds a depth and warmth that rhinestones never could. Instead of shouting, it whispers, "I was made with care." That kind of detail carries soul. Picture a cream crochet handbag with a structured base, paired with a breezy linen dress on a summer afternoon, or a taupe woven bag with leather trim and subtle gold hardware, carried with dark jeans, a silk blouse, and ballet flats. The texture itself becomes the statement soft, rich, and deeply human. Colors can bring even more dimension. Neutrals like ivory, sand, or caramel feel organic and timeless. But muted corals, sage greens, or dusty lavenders can add a gentle lift to your outfit. These tones energize without overwhelming, aligning perfectly with the maturity and calm presence you've cultivated over the years. A wonderful thing about artisan handbags is their versatility. Many combine crochet or woven patterns with structured shapes and fabric linings, making them not only beautiful but functional. You can carry them to brunch, to an art exhibit, or even to a dinner date. They adapt, just like you do. I'll share a story that still moves me. A woman in one of my workshops, 72 years old, showed me her handbag made by a women's cooperative in Morocco. She told me, "Every time I carry this, I feel like I'm carrying their story with me." That bag didn't sparkle with sequins. It sparkled with meaning. And in the end, isn't that the kind of shine we really want? Because let's be honest, a handbag covered in glitter might catch the light for a moment, but a well-crafted artisan piece captures hearts for years. Crochet and woven handbags also remind us of something important: slowing down. They reflect the values of the slow fashion movement, which prioritizes quality, craftsmanship, and timelessness over disposable trends. And at this stage of life, slowing down feels more aligned than ever. We don't need 5 new bags every season. We need 1 or 2 extraordinary ones that feel like us. That's the lesson of the artisan handbag. It doesn't beg for attention, it earns it. It doesn't shout, it converses. And most importantly, it aligns with the woman you are now. Strong, thoughtful, grounded, and beautifully complex. So, the next time you find yourself tempted by a rhinestone-encrusted purse or a logo splashed across every inch of fabric, ask yourself, does this feel authentic to me? Chances are, the answer is no. Instead, let your bag reflect your quiet power. Because true elegance has never been about excess, it's always been about essence. Now that we've walked through all 7 handbag mistakes and their elegant alternatives, it's time to pause and reflect on what this really means. Because this conversation was never just about handbags. It's about growth, identity, and the woman you're becoming every single day. Let's close with that reflection. My dear, if you've journeyed with me through all 7 handbag mistakes, I want to pause and thank you. Because by now, you probably realize this conversation was never really just about purses, was it? Yes, we talked about novelty shapes, synthetic materials, cartoon prints, oversized totes, worn-out favorites, micro bags, and over-embellished designs. And yes, we explored elegant alternatives like crossbodies, raffia, animal prints, bucket bags, structured totes, baguettes, and artisan crochet. But behind every "don't carry this and try this instead" was something far deeper, an invitation. An invitation to look at your wardrobe the way you look at your life, with honesty, compassion, and courage. To ask yourself, does this still reflect who I am today? Because style after 60 isn't about clinging to the past or chasing every new trend. It's about evolving gracefully. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you so you can make space for what does. Maybe today you realize that the oversized tote you've lugged around for years feels heavier than it used to, not just on your shoulder, but on your spirit. Or perhaps you saw that sparkly, over-embellished purse and thought, this feels more like a costume than a companion. Or maybe you looked at your beloved old handbag with its fraying strap and fading color and realized, this is a memory, but it's not my present. And here's the beautiful truth. Recognizing that isn't loss, it's growth. Because every time we release something that no longer fits, we create space for something that does. A great handbag, like a great friend, doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. It just needs to be dependable, well-crafted, and aligned with who you are now. Think of it this way. The bags you carry at this stage of life are more than accessories. They're mirrors. They reflect your values, your confidence, your sense of self. A crossbody that frees your hands says, I'm active and intentional. A structured tote says, I'm organized and prepared. A raffia bag says, I embrace lightness and ease. And a crochet artisan piece says, I value authenticity and care. And there's another layer legacy. A well-made handbag doesn't just serve you today. It can last decades. It can become something you pass down, carrying not just leather and stitching, but stories. Imagine your daughter or granddaughter opening a closet one day, pulling out the structured tote you carried with pride, and saying, this belonged to her. That's not just fashion. That's inheritance. Because style after 60 is about refinement, not reinvention. It's not about discarding everything old or remaking yourself overnight. It's about curating with intention. It's about choosing pieces that match your wisdom, your joy, your self-respect. So here's my closing thought. Whether you choose a slim baguette, a chic bucket bag, a timeless tote, or a soulful artisan piece, let it be a decision made with clarity. Let it be a mirror of the woman you are today, confident, grounded, radiant. And now, I want to invite you into this conversation. In the comments, tell me, which handbag are you finally saying goodbye to? And which new style are you excited to welcome into your life? I'd love to hear your stories, because this isn't just about handbags. It's about identity. It's about reinvention. It's about celebrating the woman you're becoming every day. And if this conversation touched you, please give it a like. Share it with a friend who's also walking this path of aging with grace. And don't forget to subscribe for more heart-centered style inspiration. Because here, we're not afraid of growing older. We're embracing it with elegance, courage, and yes, a great handbag by our side. Until next time, my dear, stay radiant, stay real, and remember, style has no age. It has character.